Hi, my name is Kevin Allen, and today we are discussing performative allyship, what it is, and how business leaders can look to avoid it once and for all. Now, what is performative allyship? Performative allyship, sometimes called performative wokeness or virtue signaling, is a method of behaving in which an individual or an organization engages in solely superficial support of marginalized people. Now, the word performative here refers to the fact that the individual or organization in question just doesn't really care about the issues and injustices being discussed. Rather, they're merely looking to present themselves as progressive and forward-thinking without actually putting in any real effort toward making a difference. Now, with this definition, you might be thinking, well, I know a few businesses that fit that description. And if you're thinking that, you're probably right. With the growing impact of movements like Black Lives Matter, the Me Too movement, the LGBTQIA plus movement, it has become somewhat fashionable, shall we say, for brands to make positive and progressive statements against injustice. And sometimes they're well intended. These statements, however, are often simply that, statements. And while it's certainly a fantastic sign that billion-dollar companies are now feeling the pressure to be more responsible and profitable, actions at the end of the day speak louder than words. Consumers, especially ones from marginalized communities, are pretty adept at sniffing out phony PR stunts. So, if you really want your business to be accepted as an ally, you'll have to learn to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. With that being said, we at Emotify have put together a list of do's and don'ts for how business leaders can be better allies and avoid performative allyship. The first, do educate yourself, your team, and all your employees. If you want to move past surface level action, you have to move past a surface level understanding of the issues. As a business leader and an ally, your first port of call should be to read, listen, watch, and learn as much as you can. By doing this, you're deepening your understanding of the very real injustices marginalized people face. This is what will put you and your business in the best possible position to be a genuine force for good. Naturally, don't feel bad if all of this sounds a bit daunting. There's a lot of ground to cover, and unfortunately, a lot of things that need to be changed. Luckily, there's no need to rush this step, and there's lots of resources at your disposal. Everything from listening to podcasts, attending talks, reading articles, and most importantly, talking in an appropriate way to marginalized people. It will broaden your understanding and guide your actions. So, be humble, be polite, and be ready to learn. Second, don't shy away from negative or uncomfortable feedback. I know that's difficult. When embarking on your allyship journey, you're going to potentially encounter some uncomfortable truths about, well, maybe yourself and your business. You may hear, for example, that your female or LGBTQIA plus employees have experienced inappropriate comments in the workplace, perhaps on more than one occasion. The worst thing you can do here is to be stubborn or willingly ignorant of the issues. Allyship is about personal and collective growth. So, if you're truly prepared to educate yourself on the issues and make a difference in and out of your workplace, be ready to reflect on your own behavior and that of your organization and their shortcomings. Remember, no one expects you to be perfect from the outset. However, if you have the right intentions and you're actively demonstrating that you're ready to learn from your mistakes, you're a big step closer to being a better ally, and your employees and your customers will respect that. Thirdly, do create an action-oriented plan. You remember that plan you plan, and work you plan? Well, there are lots of things that will help you be a better ally. It's important to remember that there is no singular smoking gun that's going to be miraculously there to make your business more diverse or inclusive. Allyship is an ongoing method of behavior that improves and develops over time. Simply investing in one-off workshops and training days is just not going to cut it. To be a true ally, both you and your business will need to create an action-oriented plan. This plan should look to cover a multitude of issues related to workplace diversity, C-suite representation, external communications, and more. Most importantly, it should be configured in a way that allows for ongoing review, like by yourself and others. Like everything, growth in these areas will require you to set some form of measurable target. So don't be afraid to set yourself some KPIs. I mean, we do so elsewhere in the organization, using things like anonymous workplace surveys to track your progress. Luckily, as a business leader, this sort of goal setting should be nothing new. So embrace the challenge and start moving forward in a structured way. Number 4, don't leave everything to HR. Now, they're important, but with everything we've talked about thus far, this goes without saying. As a business leader, it's your responsibility to lead in some capacity on every aspect of your business, of course. Now, don't get me wrong, HR can be an incredible tool for good. Given the right skills and resources, a good HR department can help screen for diverse talent, tackle workplace issues, as well as research and implement new ways to diversify both your workforce and your customer base. However, HR on their own cannot change the face of your business. As a leader, you have the advantage of the full 360-degree view of your business, and with better knowledge and influence over how resources are being utilized within an organization, the power is really in your hands when setting and achieving goals related to allyship. So with all the things considered, be sure you're the one leading the charge toward positive change in your business. And finally, do share your progress. With all the talk about performative allyship and virtual signaling, it can be easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you simply shouldn't broadcast all the positive work you're doing. This could not be further from the truth. By sharing your progress, particularly amongst your peers, you are encouraging other businesses and organizations to follow suit and demonstrating what a progressive, responsible, and successful business looks like. Remember, though, that this should always be the celebration, the cherry on the top, so to speak, of all your hard work. Allyship should always be its own set of goals, and it's only by having a genuine commitment to tackling injustice that will allow you to avoid the dreaded accusation of performative allyship. So, there was some of our do's and don'ts for how you can be a better business ally and avoid stumbling into performative allyship. Naturally, this is a huge topic, which we are nowhere close to fully covering today. So, if you're a business leader yourself, or you have any tips on how businesses can be better allies for you and your community, please feel free to share your advice in the comments below. So until next time, I'm Kevin Allen. I hope you have a wonderful day.